Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Candice Everhart. I will be 37 years old on April 11th, and I am a real estate broker, proud owner of Everhart Realty and Management. I began selling houses when I was 20 years old and have become very knowledgeable in my field, primarily from my experiences. I was going to school to become a pharmacist, and halfway through the first 4 years, my mother became ill, so I dropped out of school to take care of her. Then went back to obtain a degree in real estate, which was needed to open my company. My grandfather, whose name was John D. Everhart, was also one of the first few African-American real estate brokers back in the 60s and 70s, and his company was called Everhart Realty as well. My mother was always big on making sure I became comfortable in my own skin as a black woman. When I was a child, I had all African-American dolls and was taught they were replicas of the kings and queens of our African heritage. My brother, Andre Long, Brother Long, who many of you know and work with, is extremely Afrocentric as well. As a teenager and while growing up, Mom made sure we watched TV shows such as Roots and Queen by Alex Haley so that we could appreciate where we are today as opposed to where we were way back then. The comedies were those such as Martin and Living Color, which we're all familiar with. Growing up this way made me feel as if being African American was as normal as any other race. As it now stands, I am one of the 2 African-American real estate brokers in the entire city. Darius Grice is the other active one. Real estate is what I'm passionate about, and I have committed myself completely to providing home ownership as an option to as many African-Americans in my city as possible in order to change the statistics for low home ownership numbers amongst African-Americans. My commitment to making a difference has garnered me positions such as the housing chair for the local NAACP, and I am also the local president for the AKRON Realtors Association. If you decide to pursue a career in real estate or any other field of service, my advice to you would be to make sure you have a passion for helping people and be totally committed to making a difference in their lives. It takes a lot of patience with yourself and a sincere love of others. You also have to give it 120% all of the time. It's real for me because if I don't sell a house, I don't eat. I don't have money to pay bills or look out for my loved ones. It takes a lot of hours. Some days I'm working from 8 in the morning until after midnight that day. You can't expect to be successful in anything if you don't put in the time. My brother and Andre and I both come from a single-parent household. We grew up partially in Goodyear Heights, then moved to First Avenue, which is a very rough part of town. And that's where we lived until well after we graduated from high school. According to statistics, because of where we grew up, I'm supposed to be on government assistance with a bunch of kids. Because my brother and I were brought up to be leaders and taught to always strive to make a difference, it has been instilled in us from childhood by our mother, who raised us all by herself to not conform to your surroundings.